All right, part two, here we go. I'm gonna try and say and answer these questions as fast as possible because yesterday when I did this, it took me about 22 minutes to get through roughly 14, 15 questions. So I'm gonna be a little more concise and condensed in my answers. Side note, just me walking up the stairs just now for this 4-level parking garage. I cut my finger just by tripping over the stairs and pretty much landing on my thumb and rubbing my thumb up against the skateboard. So I have yet to injure myself at all from skateboarding, but I have injured myself. It's not much at all, it's just a little ding on the thumb, but injured myself from just walking. Anywho, let's get started. So, first question I'm gonna answer is, what does the old cliche, practice what you preach, mean to you? That means you wanna be a role model when it comes to personal training. So I wouldn't just go about telling somebody to live a healthy lifestyle when I'm not living a healthy lifestyle. Wouldn't make sense. The person would not take me as seriously once they know I'm not doing what I'm expecting them to do, and then seeing me not do it at all. It's hypocritical of me. It doesn't make me look as professional. So practice what you preach. That's what it means to me. Next question, this would be from the interviewer standpoint. Why should I employ you? So what would be my unique selling point? My unique selling point from a personal training fitness professional standpoint would be that I have over 600 hours of practical hands-on education from the National Personal Training Institute of Orlando that covered a wide array of fitness and health topics, such as functional movement screenings, client consultations, endocrinology, so the study of hormones and how they affect the body, how they benefit the body, nutrition, contemporary exercise systems, so just things like that, anatomy, biomechanics, at which point I would probably pull up my resume because I have it all detailed, all the different topics that were covered. So to answer that question, it would be my educational level from the fitness and health standpoint, going to the National Personal Training Institute, and then also my education from a business background with my finance degree. I am able to make very rational decisions from my experience involved in learning about finance and being able to apply that to fitness scenarios and health scenarios when helping others achieve their goals. Next question, if a client who was 35% body fat, 240 pounds, and wanted to lose 12% body fat in 4 weeks to attend his brother's wedding, how would you address his objectives and outcomes? Well, from hearing this and that person telling me this, I would be as honest as possible. Honesty, not just in business, but in any part of my life, is a big part of how I want to communicate with people. So I'd right off the bat tell them this objective is not achievable within the time frame that you have. Yes, I'll take you on as a client and we can definitely put the work in for you to start losing weight, but for you, in order for you to lose that much weight in that short amount of time, 4 weeks, going from 35% body fat to 12% in 4 weeks time is just not possible without losing muscle within itself. And then I guarantee you, if that person did lose that much weight in that short little time, it's not going to be done through a program or system or nutrition that'll make it so for them to maintain that weight that they kept off. So most likelihood is they would put the weight back on, also to go along with losing all that muscle mass to begin with. So just goes back to being, yes, we can put the work in. I just need to be up forth as possible as my honesty and tell it in a diplomatic communication with them. Next question, if you were conducting a Forsyte skinfold test on a client, what would you do before conducting that test? Before I would conduct that Forsyte skinfold test, I would tell them my name. Hi, my name's Alex Clemens. I'm about to perform a Forsyte skinfold test. This will consist of me touching you in 4 different areas to be able to measure clipping, pinching their body fat, stretching it out, or their skin, stretching out so I can measure their body fat in 4 particular areas. Those 4 particular areas are going to be all on your right side. So it'll be your right bicep, your right tricep, your right subscapularis, so it's in the back It's in the back portion where your scapula is, and the fourth one will be iliac crest, right along your hip bone, essentially. So those 4 areas, I'll be pinching in those 4 areas, stretching the skin out, taking measurements, and then from that I conclude what your body fat percentage is. And then after describing all that, I would ask them, is it all right if I proceed with doing this? If not, then we can look at different options as far as measuring your body fat. Just know that other options a lot of times are not going to be as accurate as doing a Forsyte skinfold test. Next question, how would you approach a client and how would you approach offering personal training sessions to them? Just recently learned in class the other day, we haven't finished it yet though, there's a biopsychological behavioral model on looking at a person's way and how they would proceed with making decisions, and that was the I can't remember the first name of it, but it's the De Clemente model, 1983 model. I remember the date all of a sudden. Anyways, that model was a 4-stage model looking at the different stages of buyer's decision or making a decision, same exact thing, making a decision for the buyer. Those 5 stages would be pre-contemplation, next stage, stage 2, contemplation. Third stage would be blanket on it. What was it? I already said the 2 stages. A third stage would be essentially it's like doing your homework. So being prepared, preparation stage. There we go. Third stage is preparation. Fourth stage is action, and fifth stage is maintenance. To get kind of better sense, like for instance, those first 2 stages are going to be looking at a potential client as if this is somebody that plans on and would like to do exercise, to do fitness, but they're not planning on doing it within the next 6 months, or they are planning on doing the 6 months. Within the next 6 months, different approaches you would take and the different steps you would go based off that model. Anyways, to get more on task with that question, how would you approach a client and how would you approach offering personal training sessions to them? Obviously, I would go up to somebody on the gym floor, introduce myself with my name, my title. Hi, I'm Alex Clemens, I'm a personal trainer here. And I would strike up a conversation. That conversation could be started with so simple as making a compliment to them. Compliment could be the form of certain exercise you're doing. Oh wow, I really love this exercise you're doing. It's a great way, in my experience and articles I've read, scientific articles I've read, to really help build, for example, your latissimus dorsi or whatever kind of thing. And then from there, kind of just give them other exercises you could do or whatever kind of thing. Kind of lead them into, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about kind of thing. And once I kind of have them hooked in that way, I would give them my business card. Or I could strike up a conversation with just noticing and being aware of how they're presented, what they look like. If they're wearing like, say, like a jersey of some sorts, professional jersey, I could strike up a conversation that way. Oh, did you see the game last night kind of thing? And then all of a sudden we're talking about stuff that doesn't even relate to the gym, personal training or fitness, but we're building that rapport. So I'm basically planting the seed, so next time I see him I have a talking point and we can develop a business relationship that way. All right, next question. What would you do to draw attention to yourself in a positive way to help promote yourself? At least being on the gym floor, I'd be active, constantly walking around, constantly doing generous little things as possible. So always looking for small opportunities. Well, I don't want to say just specifically small opportunities, but any opportunity I can see that I can help out with. So whether that's just refilling somebody's water bottle kind of thing, or wiping down equipment for somebody, or just little things like that. Going around, bringing that positive energy, having that presence, positive energy presence, and my smile in the rooms that I light up kind of thing. So just make my presence known when it comes to being on the gym floor and just interacting, striking up conversations with people. Definitely traveling around, going to different places, traveling on planes, striking up conversations that way I've really gotten good at. And it's just almost just trying to learn more about people. That's the way I kind of approach small talk conversations, and they slowly build given the more time you talk to somebody. Also, I could go on to talk about from a social media standpoint how to draw attention to myself in a positive manner. All right, next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years from now, I hopefully would like to be employed on a cruise liner as a fitness instructor, being able to provide fitness motivation, information, and techniques, and just help other people, essentially if they're on a cruise ship, maintain some activity as far as relaxation goes, being on a cruise ship. But yeah, just being able to travel the world through fitness. That's what I'd really like to do 5 years from now. Next question, what do you find appealing about working for us? This is a generalized question because not necessarily this would be from the interview, and it depends on the company. I could just use the example of Equinox. Equinox is a pretty upscale gym. I would say it's, as far as big box gyms, they separate themselves from any other gym in the country based off of they want to be the elite of the elite. They don't want their gym just to be seen as a gym when you go in. They want you to experience it, and they want you to see it as a club, essentially. So besides being a gym, they want fitness to be more than just fitness. They want it to be your lifestyle. They want it to be something you use in order to benefit yourself, that you can take and apply into all different facets of life. That's something one of those core values I like. I like to use fitness to enhance other areas of my life that I can then grow from and be better at. So that'd be one appeal there. I'm gonna try and speed up here because I'm running right at around 11 minutes. What is your weekly workout routine? Weekly workout routine is a wide variety of different diverse exercise systems and different exercise modalities. So it can be anywhere from using TRX to strength, power training, plyometrics, resistance training, calisthenics, hypertrophy training, stabilization training, you name it. I do it all different ways. I'm open-minded. I'm open to doing whatever and whenever when it comes to fitness. Next question, if a client had weak knees, what type of plyometrics would you prescribe? I would not prescribe any plyometrics to anyone who has weak knees whatsoever. Next question, how would you teach an overhead squat to a client who has supraspinatus impingement? I would not teach anyone who has a supraspinatus or rotator cuff injury an overhead squat. So basically they're going to do a squat with their hands overhead, like the name entails. That's something that would cause much pain by rotating your shoulder upwards or abducting your shoulder upwards. It's something that would not make sense from an orthopedic standpoint for allowing somebody to be able to do that movement. So I would not teach them that. Next question, name all the quadricep muscles, rotator cuffs, and what they do, and 5 back muscles. All right, well, there's 4 muscles in the quadriceps, starting with your rectus femoris. The next 3 kind of have similar names as vastus intermedialis, vastus medialis, and vastus lateralis. So there's 4 muscles for the quadriceps. Rotator cuffs, you got your subscapularis, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and teres minor. So pretty much 2 rotator cuff muscles in the front and 2 rotator cuff muscles in the posterior or back of the body. And 5 back muscles being your trapezius, your mid-lower trapezius, your rhomboids, your posterior deltoids, your levator scapula, your rector spinae group. There's 5 right there. And next question, how would you approach someone who was doing an exercise incorrectly? I would go up to him, state my name, my title, compliment them on the exercise. Oh, this is a great exercise to really help build up your latissimus dorsi, your biceps. I could say that based off experience, that's the case, or a research journal or article that I read. And then from there, I would proceed with saying, if you modify it this way, and that would be the key to correct the exercise, you could get even more maximization out of this exercise for that muscle. And then end it with giving my business card. Boom. Last question. What type of plyometrics would you prescribe for a client with osteoarthritis of the knees? I would not prescribe any plyometrics for anyone that has any orthopedic issues whatsoever in the knees, ankles, hips, you name it. It's a no-no. All right, and that note, I'll end it. I'll come in next with the part 3. Peace.